Hello everyone, and welcome back to another session of Dark Souls 2 PvP and another weapon showcase. This time I am using the Pursuer's Ultra Greatsword again. Now the reason I'm saying I'm using it again is because I already did a weapon showcase on this and I had to take it down. Now the reason I had to take it down is actually something related to what I said in the video itself. Maybe I'm using this weapon completely wrong. Yeah, I said that in the video, and it turns out I was actually using the weapon completely wrong. Who would have guessed? With this weapon, there is something about it that is interesting, and it's something with all of the Ultra Greatswords, in fact, and I didn't know this until a little while ago. But I'll get into a little bit more detail on that after I go over the basic stuff on the weapon. Now, the Pursuer's Ultra Greatsword. It requires 30 strength and 18 dexterity in order to wield it. It has an A scaling in strength and a C in dexterity, so those are both pretty good. Its physical base damage is 390, and the attack rating for me on my 40/40 build is 595 while wearing the Ring of Blades +2. So just subtract 50 off of that, and that's what the attack rating is without it. The counter damage is 130. The poise damage is 50 per hit, and the weight is 18 units, making this a pretty heavy weapon. Now, with the Ultra Greatswords in Dark Souls 2, this is what I did not know. You are actually able to aim them after you press the attack buttons. Both the R1s and R2s, you are able to aim the attacks after you press them, using the left thumbstick. I didn't know that. Now, in the first video, I listed the biggest con as its lack of a tracking ability. That definitely does help with that. But even still, with the ability to aim it, it still has some problems with it. It leaves a bit to be desired still. Even though you can control it yourself, it is something that you really need to practice with a lot, and it is what it is. Some people love it, some people don't. I can definitely understand why people love this weapon now, though, because before I was like, how do people like using this thing? It's so annoying and so hard to hit someone with. But now I understand. So that's always a good thing. Now, getting started with the pros and the cons of the weapon, I kind of already went into the cons a little bit, but the pros and the cons anyway. I would have to say that the biggest pro of the weapon would definitely be the fact that when you hit someone, it hurts. It does a lot of damage. And that's always a good thing. It's got a high attack rating, it's gonna one-shot a lot of people on criticals, and its attacks are generally hitting right around 500 damage, which is, it's something I can't complain about. So there's that. Another pro, for some people, they would definitely say it's the ability to actually aim the attacks after you press the button. For some people, they would consider that a pro. I will list that as a pro, but I'm also going to say that that is also the biggest con of the weapon. Reason being, it takes a lot of practice to get used to, and even if you do get used to it, there is still the chance you can mess yourself up like I did right there. I was trying to hit him, and if I wasn't pressing on the left thumbstick, I would have hit him. It's just something that you need to be conscious of at all times in order to make full use of it. And I can understand why people enjoy that, but I can also understand why people don't. So it is both a pro and a con. It is a double-edged sword in this case, which is interesting and somewhat rare for weapons to have that, but, it is what it is this time, I guess. Other than that, though, this weapon is pretty straightforward. It doesn't really have an interesting moveset. It's just a standard greatsword moveset, nothing really too special about it, which is kind of disappointing. Same goes for the Lost Sinner sword, actually. They both have this exact same moveset, although that one does have something interesting going on with it. I'll save that for the showcase on that, though. But, yeah. So, overall, it's a good weapon. I understand why people like it. It does have a fantastic ability to stun lock, which I've been caught in multiple times. Something I really don't care for when it happens because it's really hard to get out of, and sometimes you just can't get out of it. But, it is what it is, and you just gotta take it for what it's worth. So, yeah, that's really actually all I've got to say about the weapon, simply because I've already talked about it in one showcase, and even though I took it down, I still feel as though I'm being quite repetitive with it. There's actually only one fight left after this one, so I'm actually just going to cut it here. I don't really have anything else to say. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.